You are absolutely right, Sans. It is slimy boy time. And how is that for the beginning of the stream hype music? I'm still on the Tekken music kick, and that was like the first song that played. I thought, you know what? It's gonna make some massive, grandiose expectations that I can never live up to. How you doing, Sans? Are you good? Yeah, we have to remember where was we in this? Yeah, it's been a full. Sans is good. It's good. I like it when Sans is good. So it's been a full week since looking at this, so I need to take a couple of minutes to remember where I actually left off with it. I think a little bit of. You might have overdone it. What were you overdoing? Was it just sleepless nights, video games, or exercise? Well, at least you're exercising. That's the important thing. See, I've been itching to get back to the gym this week. Didn't happen yesterday, as we had I had a few things on in the evening which prevented it from happening. But next time. Becca, how's it going, dude? Slime boy, slime boy, slime boy. Absolutely. Right. This. I think we were roughly finishing off this sword, and then moving on to the rest. If I remember right. Becca, how's your week going? Is you good? Right, let's crack on. Where are the shadows coming from? They're all coming from down all this way. So I'm reckoning we can get the vast majority of this done, if not all of it. But yeah, we're just talking. Sans has succeeded in exercising this week. I have the best intentions of exercising this week. I might need to declare on the Discord tomorrow, like when I go, make that formal declaration to make myself accountable. I'm good. It was a busy one yesterday. I had full day of regular work, and then it was an evening a meeting with clients, and all sorts of stuff like that. So it was busy. It proper got away from me, but it was good. I suppose that was the beginning of the week, wasn't it? So what did I do? What did I do Sunday? I suppose like Friday, Friday night we had a movie night in person amongst my friends for the first time in like 18 months. So me and what we call the group of friends called Fatal, which is Friday the absolute latest. And that's like the agreement of when we all get together. We haven't been able to do that because of obvious broadly gestures at the entire world. But we did it last week, the first time in person. We watched Code Red on Netflix, and it was fucking shit. We loved it. It was the right spot for a bad movie, where everyone in it kind of knew they weren't making anything good, so they didn't try too hard, but they tried just enough that it wasn't like a knowingly bad film. So yeah, we watched that on Friday, and then Saturday night, Sunday night, me and a couple of the boys were playing too much Terraria. We've been properly like bitten by the Terraria bug. Like we're a whole bunch of dwarves living underground, drawing all the NPCs underground as well, leaving the above ground basically spotless, untouched by dwarven hands. What do you say, Sans? Let's be limited a few days of pure indulgence and unhealthiness so you feel guilty enough to set a spark of motivation. that it's easier to keep alive than to just start from nothing. That is true. I feel like that's for me. That's always kind of dicey. I'll either live indulgence and then go, fuck, I need to go back to the gym and get back to it, or I'll lose it completely and go, you know what? What's another evening of non-stop Kit Kats and cookies? As I have maybe done once on occasion, a couple of times. might be a regular occurrence. But yeah, I think tomorrow gym, it's gonna happen. It has to be done. No, I got good stuff that I've got parents coming home from. Yeah, so parents back in town, best behaviour again. It's true, there's no such thing as too much Terraria, and I think it's probably going to happen this weekend as well. Because honestly, I'm really enjoying getting into a like a builder crafter survival game. Like, I haven't played one in so much time, like so long. I think Valheim counts. But I haven't played one since Valheim. I haven't played one like downtime, especially where we're not online, having like trying to be entertaining or anything like that. Just channel my inner dwarf greed and ravage the surface of everything possible. We did that for trees a little bit, but really it's been all about destroying the underground. Every cave is stripped clean. Every hole, every pool is drained of water. Every lava lake is drained for our own nefarious dwarven needs. It is. It's very much like we're not helping anything. We're very much classic dwarves in that we dig too deep. We're gonna awaken something. I can just tell. Honestly, my friend, there's an unhealthy addiction to draining rivers. Well, it's so much fun to watch the physics go. Like, all this prep, and then it's like that, kick it off a line of dominoes. One tiny little blip, sends this huge chain reaction going. I get it. I'm completely on board with destroying the landscape. To just see what happens. Watch out for the ball rag. Yeah. Well, we haven't gone too far into it. We got too much into like general mining, so we're now horrifically OP for any boss that we come across. Like, we took on the Eye of Cthulhu, and we were all decked out in like platinum gear, like mini sharks galore, and just like shredded it in seconds because we were that over leveled. Bitch, where are we supposed to get our fish from now? Wherever he drained the water to, that's where you get your fish. Just level the world in pure destruction, making one layer the only layer. Yeah, making your true flat Earth fantasy. That's how you do it. But yeah, so that was like the vast majority of the weekend. And honestly, I loved it. Flat Earth is just donut shape that connects. Yeah, basically. Bio, how's it going, my dude? Lovely to see you again. Yes. So yeah, Bio was one of said dwarves. He was I think he's been our what was it? You were maybe our wild card dwarf. We had Doom Goblin, our Arcanist, went down the magic route. Myself being just the berserker / vampire dwarf as I built my goth tower, and Avian as the sort of like the hunter killer. Like, he would go out You go out and find just like, hey, I found everything. Sorry about it. I was only died a million times at the start. You got there. Well, the wildcard dwarf's the elf with shoes tied to their knees. Yeah, the suspicious dwarf. The one, the double take dwarf, I think is the right term. I don't know where this music's going. It still should be the Tekken soundtrack. It's Tango Part 1. Let's... There we go. Some ridiculous thing. This is battle music. Yeah, the tango is a non-stop dance of violence. I'm into some, like, filthy fucking, oh, I don't know what you call it, like, Tekken step, basically. I need to play a dwarf called Double Take. Oh, dude, I would love to see an elf playing a dwarf, and it's just called Double Take. I am so here for that. Like, are you kidding me? Yet another character to go on a pile of characters I'll never get the chance to play. I did used to have a Google Drive document which was just all character ideas, and I couldn't keep up with it. It was too much. But I always love the two goblins or two halflings in a trench coat pretending to be a human. I think you can basically do that now with like all the background stuff, like and what do you call it, like stat ability differences. You can now make basically an elf who thinks he's a dwarf, or at least pretends to be a dwarf. Wish you could make a Turin rogue, just for how stupid it would be to have 10-foot cowbell. A 10-foot cow be stealthy. Do you mean a what do you call it? A Minotaur, a Turin? Are you speaking Turins? WoW, aren't they? So you're speaking World of Warcraft times? Because you can make a Minotaur rogue in D&D. That's legit just a thing you can do. And I don't think there's ever even any negative drawbacks to it. I think they legit just work as a class. I told my DM one day I want to play a sentient sword that controls 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I love it. The only real fantasy RPG you've taken part in is WoW. Fair enough. I usually talk in like D&D terms, but I'll put on the WoW filter for you, so I don't mistake you too often. Yes, I've always wanted to play what are they called? The Elephant People. Are they Lauren? Loxodon, you're right, there you go. Loxodon, absolutely. I want to play a Loxodon rogue purely because I don't want a name, I want a title. And the title is The Elephant in the Room. If I'll show you what a Loxodon looks like. For those that may not be, they're in Magic the Gathering, and then they've been brought into D&D because Wizards of the Coast is the same company that owns both. But yeah, so Loxodon are these big, chill, wise elephant-type people. They're huge. They make great clerics, great paladins, great sages and warriors. They're fucking... Generally, they're just fucking huge. But I want to play a rogue Loxodon and call it the elephant in the room. Right, let's see if one exists. Loxodon Rogue. Nothing. Nothing exists for a Loxodon Rogue. Sad times, alright. Yeah, fucking. I would love so much to play that Loxodon. One of them looked pretty stealthy. Which one was that? Oh, this one actually. There you go. Who's the spy? Atlas. I love it. That's adorable. This is by I believe Atlas. Atlas Nerdery. Who is they? Chuck them a follow. I liked it. Where am I going? Yeah. I briefly benefited from their content for 30 seconds on stream. I owe them a follow at the very least. Sneaky Tooter's way to communicate undercover. If you hear just a then you know it's time to run. That's the yeah, that was paired with another no worries, have fun with your dinner. But yeah, there was another D&D character that I wanted to play was a Goliath rogue who was basically called Thud. Like he wasn't proficient in stealth, he was proficient in intimidation. So if you ever saw Thud, then he'd just go like, "You saw fucking nothing, right?" And everyone would go, "Yep, we saw nothing." I'm like, are you gonna call the alarm on that motherfucker? He's terrifying. So like, roguish, like expertise into whatchamacallit, intimidation rather than stealth or anything. The two is essentially I'm not going to try because I don't speak Japanese, but I know what you're referencing, and it's basically like his "you're already dead." It's too late, you're already dead. The last thing the guards hear is just a "Nani?" and then just blood everywhere. But yes, my character concepts are many and not smart. I'm trying to think what else. Like, am I gonna have to try and like draw some of these guys just so like Loxodon rogues can get more artwork out there, like more representation? I feel I might. I'm totally down for drawing a Loxodon rogue. Right, let's make sure we're not missing anything. I think what other character concepts we got for like ridiculous D&D characters? Because there's enough out there. I always like the bakers or the cooks or like the chefs. They're always good fun to see. Just like they're gonna kill the dragon, but they're also gonna be sizing up for like cuts of meat afterwards. Yeah, Bio knows. Bio used to play a orc chef in my previous campaign. Seducing the dragon is one thing, but to saute the dragon, that's the real king maneuver. I think I've still got that drawing of Koresh, or Toran I did, ages ago. I think it's still on here. Let's have a quick look. Way back when. Where would it have been? I think when I did October in 2019. Yeah, there he is. Turan. With his metal leg and giant rock sword. The handsome man. I can't remember what the braces were. The braces were magic, I know that much. Saying I'm the DM and I was like, I think everything's magic. Oh, it was extra AC, was it? Undead Paladin. I reckon that can exist. Because there are some deities that only hate specific flavors of undead. At least in D&D terms. Like, WoW may be completely different. But Paladin can be of any deity, really. Paladins don't even need to be assigned to a specific deity. They could be to a crown or a kingdom. Basically, it's in 5th edition at the very least. Their sort of stipulations for how they get their powers was kind of relaxed. So all the paladin had to do really was dedicate themselves to an oath, and the oath could be to technically anything. So if you wanted a king to have paladins, then jobs are good. Or like a woodland area could have a paladin if it's like a woodland area, so they would have like the protections of fade creatures and stuff like that. So they're basically the same as WoW, essentially a strong will and faith in something. Yes, basically, yeah. They are just zealous to the point where shit starts happening for them. Because I know there's definitely like there's Oath of the Crown is dedicated to like lordships and stuff like that. There's the Oath of Conquest, which is for like martial superiors. So they are dedicated to being the best on the battlefield, and they are so much fun to play. So I spent my Oathbreaker Paladin to be a good guy. Yeah, exactly. The oath of being a chill dude. Yeah, that's basically the dude from The Big Lebowski. He breaks his oath if he ever loses his temper. It feels like a real challenging play. But I'd support it. So yeah, you can dedicate a paladin to anything, really. So if you want an undead paladin, totally. Have like a paladin that's sworn an oath to like it could be an evil paladin to like pervert life. Like that's their oath, is to be just that nasty boy. Or a paladin that has like an undying oath to protect the world from some sort of threat. So you could dedicate a paladin to constantly eating pastries. Totally. Yeah, the pastry paladin. Big old pee-pee. She's always branded a traitor wherever she goes because she has the same branding of an oathbreaker on her skin, but she's said to be a hero and get fucking really. I respect that. I'm really here to adventure and to fuck things, and that is what I'm dedicated to, and to prove my dedication, here is some lay on hands. Yeah, spot on. Absolutely. First they lose their chill, level 1 barbarian rage mode forever. Yep. So yeah, I know it's a weirdly common thing to depower cleric, to depower. I think it's clerics as well, but paladins get depowered a lot by bad DMs. I don't know why that is, but I don't know why. I don't know why you get picked on like that. But yeah, I think definitely you make a case for the chill paladin, like breaking their oath and becoming a barbarian immediately. Could you just be dedicated to be able to do what you want? Yes, you could. But I would allow that as a DM. Like, you are dedicated to your personal freedoms. But I would have you as a player sometimes hold that to a fault. If I was DMing a game and someone wanted to bring that to my table, all for it. I would say yes. I want to say yes. As a DM, you should always want to say yes. The trick is just putting it into sort of context. Big old peepee. Thank you for the clip. I think it summons me. Like, it sums me up as a streamer very, very aptly. So how would I run, like, a personal freedoms-based paladin? So I would say, so you're dedicated to upholding personal freedoms. The idea has to be bigger than just yourself, generally, because you're affecting the world with your powers. So it would be... the caveat that I would ask as a player is you are dedicated to protecting the personal freedoms of other people. Potentially, yeah, so potentially, like, I would twist it to be like that class, like Murica Paladin. So if you come into a place and there are laws that you dislike, or you feel that are infringing on your freedoms, you might struggle to adhere to them. I would never outright say, like, take your powers away, because it's never fun when that happens. But I definitely say, like, you feel uneasy about how, like, this country does their stuff. So, like, maybe, like, every now and again, if you're talking to a lord who's trying to subjugate his people, like take away their freedoms, lock people up or something like that, I might say, like, you, because of the personal freedoms that you represent, you might have disadvantage to try and convince them otherwise. Like, because of who you are as a paladin and what you stand for, this guy that is all about subjugating his people does not like you. Like, he knows what you stand for and knows that you guys are antithesis to each other. Doesn't, so, as like the standard, does not like you. So how would a sin paladin work? Do you need to specify the sins? Because that can manifest in several ways. So you can be, I would say you can be as specific or as general as you like. If you look at Warhammer 40k, for example, you have the powers of chaos, who are like the powers of hell or evil, as purest a sense of evil you can get. And now, Chaos is split off into its own flavours. You've got Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Khorne. So, like, you've got your anger, your sloth, you've got your change and excess, like seduction, agony, pleasure, and pain kind of stuff. And you can be dedicated to Chaos as a whole, because you have groups like the Black Legion, or you could have much more specific chapters, such as, like, Plague Bearers for Nurgle, or Thousand Suns specifically for Tzeentch. So you can do that as a paladin, I would say. So you could have, like, I have a paladin who is basically dedicated to lust, and how that applies is, well, how does the player want to run that? Like, if they're ever in downtime, I would sort of say, like, well, are they gonna use most of their coin at brothels? There may be, like, a constant drain on your resources if you're constantly going to brothels, but you'll potentially develop quite a good network of information from all of these men and women of the night who are very much on first name basis with you because they know you. They may come to you with their problems. They may provide information at a discount compared to like the local thieves guild. You may even get in with the thieves guilds who run the brothels potentially. There may be, you may get into hot water with more conservative religions, more prudish religions, things like that. So it's not going to be a pass to just go and fuck everything. And also, like, maybe if, say, for example, you're trying to get two kingdoms to come together in peace, and the way that's going to be done is very, very classic medieval and arranged marriage. So Kingdom A is going to offer up a prince, Kingdom B is going to offer up a princess, they're going to get married, these two kingdoms are going to become friends because their houses are now joined. Whereas the drama is the prince or the princess, the prince and the princess may have other lovers that they would rather have. Now, you as a paladin of lust would want to set them up with who they really want to be with. Whereas the mission may try and dictate that you want to do the arranged marriage. So you would have to find a way to settle that within your oath. And Kingdoms is going to be offer up a family doggo. Maybe. Same with like gluttony. Like you'd never the Kingdom Sis is going to offer a family dog. I'm not sure what happened there. Don't worry, I have gigantic thumbs and can barely type at the best of times. A lot of my posts in various different places end up being edited because I can't type for shit. So like a paladin of wrath, maybe. Kingdom, like a paladin of wrath might never be able to let an insult slide, or might never let an enemy retreat. Basically, they're always going to finish a fight definitively. That is what their oath dictates. Kingdom C is going to get in on the deal by offering a family doggo. I respect that. That kingdom I would follow. Like, here is we're going to make this marriage a family. Have the royal dog. Kingdom C, they're the heroes of the story. We don't trade in human lives. We just give people dogs of peace. So yeah, you can dedicate a paladin to anything. But I'd always say, like, if you're creating a paladin, have a way, let it, like, think about it before playing, and think about, like, how is this oath gonna affect my character and the choices they make. Because it's a really good chance to really hammer in some roleplay elements. And if you ever pick up a paladin and don't think about the oath, I think you're missing a huge opportunity for some really good roleplay exercises. If I was a king and another king offered me a cute pet, it's something sealed in something stronger than blood. Absolutely, they're friends forever. Like, I'd be hard pressed to go to war. It's like, hey, the Zeb guards are at our gates again, and they're getting kind of rowdy. They're blockading a lot of trade along this route. They're burning the lands and things like that. It's like, but they did give me a dog though, so how about we just let them off this once? How about, should we do that? That feels like a good thing for me. I don't want to ruffle any feathers because, you know, we got a dog out of it. Well, basically what we're saying is don't ever let me be king. It's never going to go well. Everyone in the kingdom has their state-mandated dog. Udon, how's it going, man? How's your day going, my dude? We're just talking about D&D Paladins and what you can be a paladin over. And I maintain that you can be a paladin of anything. Oh, dude, that sucks. Hopefully it was just tech issues and it wasn't like people being buttheads or anything like that. If I become supreme ruler of any place, the Attacker Tuesday will forever be a thing. I'd vote for you. Honestly, just been listening while cooking. You sound like such a good DM to play with. I've learned a lot from a lot of Nightmare DM stories. I might start doing some subtle hints to run a one-shot or anything like that. Dude, I do love DMing. I have a lot of time for it. But the thing is, I don't have a lot of time at the moment for like D&D in general. Because here's the reason why. Like, I have a regular 9-to-5 job, as well as trying to do like artwork as much as possible, as well as streaming. Like, honestly, my weekly calendar is fucking stacked. Well, maybe it's something I need to really think about more. No, just me really wasn't doing as well as I thought I'd been, so just got to get better. That's alright. As long as you have the room to improve, you're being given that room, then you'll be alright. And hopefully tomorrow will be better for you, dude. Welcome to the fucking party anyway. This is Lonesome City Jazz Party Part 2 of the Tekken soundtrack. Wild. But yeah, like me as a DM, I would hope if I was still hanging around, he'd vouch for me. But I try my utmost to work with the players. And if someone brings an idea to me, I'm gonna say yes and then find a way to make it work. Because why would I? No gets us nowhere. Just learning the system we use, not technically, but in terms of managing clients. But I've never had this level of work before, so just getting used to it. Oh, fair enough. So it's just managing like the responsibilities. Yeah, you'll get there. You can do it. I have faith. I don't have any money to pay you, but I'd hire you. If that means anything. Yeah, there's always like a settling period with new jobs and things like that. As long as work is understanding and fostering, that sort of like you're an improvement. Like improvement is always available. Then you'll be golden. You'll be golden. I spent too long unemployed. My brain is still jelly. I think that's fair. Yeah, my partner lost their job to COVID as well, and then, not to divulge too much of their story, we basically rushed to take a job that turned out to be absolutely fucking awful. Basically, in a company run full of racists and bigots, it was a fucking nightmare. And then we're stuck in there for like 6 months or so. No, I think it was 3 months because they terminated their. Basically, my partner was like, I am not loving this job in the slightest. It's miserable. Everyone there was miserable because they were all just properly miserable people. And at the end of the 3-month probation period, they sat him down and went, "Look, we don't want you here. You don't want to be here. Should we just call it a day?" And my partner was like, "Yeah, let's. Yeah, I'm happy to do that." And they were basically shocked, like, "We expected you to fight for your job." It's like, I didn't want your shitty fucking job. Racists and bigots seem to follow you about. Honestly, it's they're two sort of very isolated incidents, like years apart. I think it's just, I think they it was two stories that have come out like pretty close in terms of like the talks we've had on streams and things like that. But generally, my day-to-day life is pretty bigot-free. I might pass them on the street, but I'm not talking to them, so I have no idea if what their personal politics are like. But yeah, generally, like, we're pretty good. But at the moment, they got a new job. They're fucking loving it. All the people that they're working with are cool as fuck. Like, complete different change of place. Sorry, it wasn't 6 months, it was 3 months. So it wasn't as long as that. But it fucking felt like 6 months, I'll tell you that much. It was just the worst. Especially when we're in like lockdowns and stuff like that, like, you come home from work and there's nothing you can do to de-stress or get out of it. Like, we're still in lockdown, so like, you go home, you sit in the living room and wait to go back to work with all these ridiculously, like, nightmarish people. But no, the job they're in now, they're loving it. Loving the people, loving the work. But yeah, it's another round of learning new systems. So I'm sure that my partner has all your sympathies in mind, King Udon. Me, I've been in the same job for like 5 years, and I'm just waiting for the time where I can go part-time. Hopefully, it's not that far off. But who knows? I was quite a scatterbrain, so I tend to make a lot of mistakes along the way with everything I do. That's tough, man. Like, I know a few people who I describe as scatterbrains, and I tend to be, the way I sort of work is I either get nothing done, or I hyper-focus on one thing and get that done very well, but it means everything else is left at step 1 until a later date. So, for example, at work I'm given task A, task B, and task C. I have 15 work days to get all 3 tasks done, for example. I will spend the first 5 days dedicated to task A until it is done. I will then spend the next 5 days dedicated to task B until that is done. And then task C will be the last 5 days to get that done, and everything's done on time. That's great when you look at it at the back end, like after the fact, and go, oh, this project, nothing ran over, everything was done in time. However, during the actual process, my manager will go, oh, how's task A, B, and C doing? I'll be like, oh, task A is nearly done. Task B and C, I haven't started yet. And they'll be like, we need movement on everything, rather than one thing and nothing on anything else. So it looks like, from a top-down management area or perspective, I don't bother with some stuff, and then get one thing done way ahead of schedule, which they love. Get the second thing done mid-schedule, which they like, and then the last thing will be done like on the dot, and they'll hate that because I'm done. As always, just segueing back to the, I know you're busy, that's just a one shot. That's true. I'd have to write a one shot. I've never been good at one shots. I will say that. Every D&D session I make has either been a year-spanning campaign or a one shot that's lasted like 2 months. I really struggle to reel myself in. And my job, I'm expected to perform fantastically with every task. I have 6 clients at the minute, which I'm already lagging a bit with. I'm supposed to have 10, so the idea of having more work is quite stressful. Oof. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work to level at you. Hopefully, as you get more and more proficient at it, you'll find the time of the day to actually take on those additional clients. Of course, that is school assignments where they're either done first week or the evening of, 1 month after, and not at all. Yeah, I think that's basically how I ran at school. If I was given more than one task was done the day I got it, another task was done the week I got it, and the third task was the month I got it. Yeah, I find when I jump from task to task, I lose a lot of time in between. As I very much, as I work, I will get faster and faster the longer I spend on a specific task. So my productivity of the first half an hour is very slow. My productivity of half hour number 5 is like a race, is like light speed compared to that. But I need to do those first couple of hours to get to that space, to get to that pace, for example. So I have to sacrifice quality for quantity. That's always a rough one. Working on multiple projects at a time, not telling which is a high priority, just held in space. Yeah, Udon and Bio, I think you guys would have a lot in common from what you're saying. From what I know of Bio and from what I'm hearing from Udon, I reckon you guys would be like, you could have a conversation where every other line is, I know, right? Oh my god. I think you'd be very similar in your like workplace expectations and approach to those tasks. The idea of putting something out I'm not proud of is horrid. Yeah. I do the same very often. It's very rare I'll get to a point with a project, I'll be like, you know what? Just get out the door, get it done, fuck off. Which is a good thing, I feel. If I get started, I want to finish before I take a break. I do the same. I find myself like delaying lunch sometimes, which is never a great thing to begin with. But yeah, the juggling multiple projects it's a nightmare. It's one of the biggest things that I dislike with the idea of illustrating full-time or part-time is commissions. So I like doing commissions, right? I like having someone call me up and just go, hey, I want you to draw a thing. It's weird and cool and specific, and you'll never ever draw it ever again. I'm like, fucking groovy. I want to do that. That sounds like a great thing to me. But it's something where, really, to make it work as a career, you need multiple commissions running at the same time. And that means jumping quite a lot. Which honestly, it freaks me out a little bit. Of having something unfinished and starting something new. I don't like that. It's very rare I'll get into that sort of position and be happy that I'm in that position. So managing multiple projects is something I've always struggled with, because then I'll have like, oh, I've got a few hours to put towards these projects. Which one do I choose? How do I choose a favorite? How do you choose your favorite child like that? You know? Didn't take lunch today to catch up on work. That's never any good. Got bollocking in the morning to get it started the day. That's never a good start in the day. You never want to start work with a bollocking. You never want to bollock people anyway, unless they're really fucking up. To quote Explosive Barrel, I know, right? I would love to stream full time, but I know I wouldn't make any money for yonks, which my partner would not be accepting of given the year we've had. Yeah, no, that's fair. I at the very least have some ambient income from illustration stuff, which I carry in my favor. So the immediate jump off point would be slightly easier because I have not megabucks, but like a little bit of money every month from illustration work. But I would only ever peel off from a full-time job. So I'd probably take my current job, my current 9-to-5 job, down to part-time. Look at the rich streamer right here. Yeah, no, not in the slightest. The first time in 12 months, I put money into my savings and not took money out of my savings. Let me tell you, I like putting money in far more than I like taking money out. So while I am doing okay, I am not buying any Teslas right now. Yeah, putting savings in is fucking tight. I love it. But yeah, so here's like the general sort of plan. Because my partner does a job that they like a lot more than what I do. They like their job a lot more than I like my job. And so it's a career that they've chosen. They've worked to get into this career path. So really, what like the thing is give it like 6 months to a year. Have a look at where we are. Hopefully have a decent chunk of savings behind us. We're talking like see what savings we have behind us. See what I'm currently earning through illustration work, and then seeing what I can do with an extra 2 days a week for just straight up illustration work. Seeing what we can do with that, and then going to my job and basically going, I'm going part-time, and I know I'm too vital to the team that you don't want to lose me, so you're going to let me do it, basically. I'm not going to be that demanding, but the underlining sort of conversation path is going to be, I'm going to go part-time, or I'm going to quit, find something a lot easier, and you're going to lose me entirely, as well as all the knowledge that I've gained, and the clout that I have with our clients. Because like my day job is boring, but I'm good at it. Clients prefer talking to me than they do management, and I am not management. So it's not like a humble brag, but it's sort of like I've made myself like integral to the team, so they don't want to lose me entirely. But that will be sort of like the option they have. Going part-time and then firing up the illustration work more and more and more to offset the loss of earnings from that full-time gig. And then seeing like a year or so down the line, seeing how that's all fitting, and then seeing if I can peel it off to like full-time illustration, maybe, depending on what I want to do at the time. Because honestly, speaking to a lot of other like creatives and things like that, going full time in that regard is fucking stressful, and sometimes you just don't want to do it. And there's the whole like reliability side of it. Like, what if no one comes to me for a commission in a month? Like, what do I do with my earnings? Like, how do I get my earnings? So I need some sort of routine earnings that I can bank on to get all my bills sorted, and then the work that comes and goes, like commissions and stuff like that, that is something that I would use for like my spends, my luxuries, buying like the stuff that isn't essential but I want. Do I own my flat? I do not own my flat, but we have a fucking good deal on our flat. There's always OnlyFans, and to be honest, once I would go part-time, one of the things I do want to set up is a Patreon, which is basically an OnlyFans, but more socially acceptable at the family dinner table. I've always said, like, if I set up a Patreon, I'm doing an OnlyFans as well, and it'll be exactly the same, but it's only so I can brag about having an OnlyFans, and seeing what kind of thirsty people would go to the OnlyFans, only to find out it's the same old fucking scribblings that I do everywhere else. But yeah, we would absolutely love to own property. Only barrels. That's when I know I've truly made it, when I'm making my own media platform for my fucking my own branding. And it's true. I could do just no boobs, just barrels. I've seen so many people that. I think only barrels would be fucking hilarious. I'm very tempted to do it now. It'd just be me traveling the country taking pictures of barrels. Going, that's a lovely barrel. Imagine owning property and not being a boomer. I have a couple of friends who have been lucky enough to own property, but the caveat is they're in long-standing relationships, and they've been fortunate enough to be in gainful employment for the majority, if not their entire adult life, and they're only just getting to that sort of pit spot at 30. So it's like, as you get into your 30s, if you're lucky enough, it becomes more attainable, but there's so much luck that it's still disgusting to think about. But it's not, like, for me, fortunately, me and my partner could probably do that if we go hard into hard into just saving money for like 2 years. We could probably get on the property ladder, but that's saving a lot of money and cutting out a lot of stuff, to the point that it's like, are we going to enjoy those 2 years? Is it just going to kill us? So it's like,
look at all those chickens.
Overkiller, dude, how's it going? Welcome, Raiders. Look at all these chicken. How's it going? So, just to show you guys what we are up to, we are drawing our lovely Uzi boy.
Hello there.
Thank you so much for the follow. Samanowski, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just me. Hey, how's it going?
Hello there.
Slick J, thank you very much for joining in, and thank you for the follow as well. Guys, Overkiller, what were you streaming? What was going on? Welcome, welcome.
Hello there.
Ishmi, thank you for the follow as well. Guys, you are fantastic. What a fruitful little raid. I'm going well, man. Moon Knight, thank you very much for the raid as well. Not the raid, the follows. Lynn as well. God, you guys, what a bunch of lovely people. Well, you are all welcome. I'll tell you that much. Fantastic. Magite as well. No, you can keep spamming as much as you like. This is an event having all of you jump into the stream. Doing my first gameplay of Sekiro. How did it go? Excellent.
Oh my.
Moon Knight, thank you for the host. Thank you so much. I'm doing so well. We're just talking like life, talking like the big issues in life. Hobgoblin, thank you for the follow. I love the name Hobgoblin. Guys, so how was Sekiro? It's a game that's been on my list of things to play for a while. I've been slowly working through like my Soulsborne games throughout lockdown, and Sekiro is definitely on that list. You have bounced me so much closer to my Dwarven Hot Tub stream. What a wonderful thing to happen on a Tuesday evening. I got it right for life. I got you, Hobgoblin. It's interesting. Interesting sounds like you're not sure you enjoyed it. But yeah, we're we'll be back after next stream. Let's say lots of cocks in game. Really? It's just a lot of full frontal nudity. I respect a game that has a lot of cocks in it. I just ran into the kitchen saying welcome Rita's new followers. Oh, Becca, I fucking adore the dedication that you show. Now get back to whatever's in the kitchen. Make sure nothing's like bubbling over. Don't sacrifice your dinner. It means the giant cock goes, oh, no actual penis. Well, see, like, I was all hyped to play Sekiro now, and like, now maybe I've cooled on the idea. So you've actually joined us. So we just finished the inks on our lovely swashbuckling ooze boy. We're gonna go jumping into the colours now. Since all of you are here, if any of you are interested, I do have a brand new shiny Discord that I just set up in the past like month or so. Some of the people that are already here help me set this up. So if you want to jump in, you'll see more sketches and stuff from me, and I'm using it as a place to host a lot of other creatives. So if you cook, if you write, if you stream, if you draw, if you make your music, it's a place to go and just shout about your creative works and have everyone around you act as your cheerleaders. I mentioned a hot tub stream. So at 250 follows, what I'll be doing is a hot tub stream, a specifically dwarven hot tub stream, where I will be drawing. I would hope most of you are familiar with The Witcher and Geralt, and that scene where he's in the baths and he's sort of on the barrel. He's like that, and he's got his feet up and he's chilling out. It's going to be a hot, steamy dwarven illustration of a dwarf in that sort of situation. So tragically, not me in a hot tub, but we're drawing a steamy dwarf in a hot tub. Beard all over the place. I think it'd be a good time. Yes, I don't know if Doom Goblins actually here tonight, but yeah, we end up with a lot of goblins in these streams, and honestly, I'm here for it. I love goblins and hobgoblins and also all things goblin-esque. Do a hot steamy double take. But yeah, what were we even talking about earlier? Like, so we got to get colors going, and I need to figure out a color palette for this goblin, for this Chappy Chat. Let's have a look at. Let's go on a color scheme generator real quick. See what we can do. Oh, fuck off! It's started doing it. There we go. Good. It's not an app I have to download. I say a lot of things. Most of them are lies. Honestly, like, I expect that of the goblins of the world. If I ever get a hot tub, let's do a co-op stream. Oh, dude, I'm down for it. Dude, I fucking adore skulls. Skulls are great. The missus won't be happy. The missus will be happy once we see the payout from Twitch from doing our double X extra large steamy stream. 2 boys in a hot tub. Be a good time all around. Yes, Overkiller, I am a little bit addicted to drawing skulls. I'm not gonna lie. It's like all my emotes are skulls. Like, they can't not be. But what are we doing? We're trying to find a color scheme for our slime boy, and I think we lock that in because I think that blue is good for our slime's, like, slime boy's actual color. Some people like the good head, I guess. I honestly, I have no allegiance to a specific color palette generators. There's a few that I use. It's basically whatever's first on Google. I'll go to.
Thank you.
Ah, Overzilla. Oh, Killer. I keep wanting to call you Overzilla, but no, it's Overkiller. Thank you for the follow, my dude. So appreciated. Enjoy the skull emotes. Spam them to your heart's content. Skulls. And yes, and forevermore, while you are subscribed, you'll have a little skull by your name to let everyone know that you're a proper barrel. He also adores dolls. Oh, I draw a lot of fancy characters. Oh, now you know what King Udon's saying there about the spam. There's a particular skull, which, that fucking Uwu skull haunts me. What can we generate? Oh, that's a cool looking emote. Who's that? That's yours. Oh, fucking dude, that's rad. So much on it. It's a skull. Excellent. Dude, the Let's Go skull is fucking brilliant. Did you make that? Or is who, like, you gotta tell me, like, who made this skull? Oh, I'm not following you, Ozilla. I am now following you. I've rectified that most glaring of errors. But yeah, it's fucking rad, man. I love it. Imagine being able to draw must be nice. I know, right? I'm not sure I'm liking that generation. This? Dude, my thoughts on, like, can people draw and things like that is very much, I'm liking that. And do I want, nah, let's go for like a cool accent color now. I'm not hating. So in terms of, like, people being able to draw, there's something I see people slinging around this word quite a lot, and it's the word talented. And people sling it around quite a lot, and it's never sat right with me, the word talented, because for me, at the very least, it speaks to, like, it's something that you're naturally, innately able to do. Like, you can do without putting in any effort. And I fucking have put in so much effort to get where I am that I can safely say I like my artwork. I think I'm good at drawing. I have the confidence and the sense of self to be able to say that. However, I do not think I'm talented. Talent is not something that runs through my veins. It is like every trick I've gotten to, or I've absorbed and learned through my my sort of journey of drawing, is hard fucking learn. And there's been so much, like, duff drawings that I've done laying by the wayside, like sketches never finished, and like cack-handed fucking heroes that don't know how to hold a sword right. That now I can draw a dude holding a sword right, but there are 20 sketches that have gotten to that point. Gotta refresh. No worries, man. Right, I am done with my sody pop, so I'm on the water now. It's true, there are some things that are natural talents that others don't have. Sometimes people just don't have the gift. I think that's I don't say that's rarer, because it depends, like, what your
Hello there.
Oh, Jenny Beans, thank you so much for the follow. Look at all these fucking skulls. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, they're all yours. Rip, thank you. Mad, let's go. Raid, confetti, love, hype skull. Nathan, oh, they're great. I love them. I'm happy now I can die. I think the whole someone not being like, how do I do a screenshot? That should be a screenshot. Yeah, there we go. Someone not being suited to a profession, I think is fair. However, that puts on the onus that you only ever do things to get paid. And I think I want to support more people just doing things because they like doing it, not because they necessarily want to be the best in the world, or necessarily because they want to make a living out of it. Like, I like playing the drums, but I don't play the drums to be in a band or to do anything like that. I just do it because I like it. And I would never describe myself as a talented musician or a competent musician, because I don't know what the fuck a chord is, but I can hold a beat. That's all that's important for a drummer. Jenny's your wife who streams with you. Oh, brilliant! Jenny Banter. Well, absolutely. I'll drop you a follow as well, because I'm all about finding fellow streamers. For sure, for sure. Yes, absolutely, Becca. Spot on. Enjoy your hot cocoa. Although, where are you guys like from like on a global scale? Like fucking, how are you drinking hot drinks on a warm evening like this? It's cold drinks all the way through. It's summer. I like playing guitar and singing comedy songs to make people laugh, or comedy in general, but I don't have the best voice. You've got to go what makes you happy. Dude, I would say I really enjoyed your rendition of Beals on, was it Sunday? When was it? It was sometime recently. Maybe Saturday. They're from South Africa. So freaking cold at the moment. Oh wow, fair enough then. It's winter. I suppose you're on the other side of it's the other hemisphere, so we're in the middle of summer. You'll be getting the winter. Fair enough. Alright, guys, I'll let you off the hook this time. But if you come into my stream in December, and I remember where you're from, and you're saying I'm having a hot cocoa, I'm gonna raise some more fucking eyebrows. Honestly, I completely agree with the getting nervous about things like that on stream, because I've only been streaming basically since New Year. So since I think my first stream was like the 28th of December. So like 2 days before New Year's. It's gonna be brilliant when I get to like a 1-year anniversary, and it's basically all Happy New Year stuff. Yeah, drawing on stream was wild. It was so nerve-wracking because it's not something I usually do, or like I'm not very good at doing it on a platform. And there's loads of like shorthand stuff and what I would consider to be failings and shorthands of illustration work, where I didn't want to sort of put on I didn't want recorded evidence of my shortcuts and loopholes and things like that I do. So then putting it all on the internet, that was brutal for me for a couple of weeks. But fortunately, I don't know about other fellow streamers, but I found Twitch to be a really great place, actually. I know Twitch gets a lot of bad rep for being like a little bit of a cesspit of gaming culture and stuff like that. But honestly, the people that I've met and the people that I've had jumping into my streams have been nothing but fantastic. It's probably still warmer than our summers. Yes. South African winter, I reckon, is still warmer than our summers. Should I not mention that I love our hot cup of tea on a warm summer's day? What are you doing to me? See, I'm a northern boy, so I like my cold drinks all the way through the year. I'll complain when it's warm outside, but I have the personal like rule that I'll never complain about it being cold, because I don't want to complain about both ends, but I will complain about it being warm. I just won't complain about it being cold. I've been streaming about saying that to me. Oh yeah. Oh, someone else. You've been streaming since News as well. Well, dude, I think your stream looks fantastic for 6 months. I mean, it looked fantastic anyway. All right, Honky. I will flip the canvas. There we go. Now, who knows where he is or what he's doing? Fuck the fuck the fucking humid 20C. Ooh, like the cold. Yeah, the cold is brilliant. It takes me a good 20-30 minutes to work myself up to streaming, so I think it's pretty normal. So, Becca, I completely agree with you there. I get the same thing. So I suffer from stage fright. Weirdly enough, for a streamer, like, this is such a weird fucking thing to suffer, like, an ironic thing to suffer from, but I do suffer from stage fright. And it's the same when I'm playing D&D and hosting as a DM. I suffer from stage fright, so I will... So my trajectory for the day where I'm streaming or being a DM or something like that, in the morning I'll be all geared up and ready to go. I want to do some streaming, I want to get on live, I want to be a DM, I want to sit my friends down, I want to run an adventure for them, I want to do all sorts of shenanigans. And then like, maybe like an hour before go time, I will start going like, what if no one has fun? What if I climb up and the entire evening is just a washout? What if nothing happens? What if no one has fun? What if I hate it? What if they hate it? And the doom will start to set in. And then about half an hour in before going live or saying last time on D&D, I'll be like racking my brain going, I don't want to do this. I do not want to fucking do this. I do not want to be here. I don't want to be doing anything like this ever again. Why did I promise this to anyone? And then I will hit live, and it will all go. Like once the train is like out the station and rolling, we're good. But those pre-show jitters, they're real. They hit hard. Someone else get yes, absolutely. I play D. Like, all right. So here's gonna be a quick whistle stop tour. For those new to the stream and generally what I draw. So I am a character artist through and through. D&D characters are what I love to draw, like any sort of fantasy character. And D&D has been probably the greatest hobby I've ever had the privilege of being a part of. D&D is fantastic. It's such a wild outlet for energy, and to be honest, has been utterly transformative for my own personal confidence. So like, obviously, which we talk about, I suffer from stage fright, and it used to be so much worse. That the idea of speaking publicly, I'd be sweating like buckets and buckets and buckets. Like it would become like a flood warning for the local area. But then starting to play D&D, like sort of spun those wheels, got me used to it, and then gearing up to then going and being a DM and sort of like hosting evenings was just transformative in my own sort of like personal confidence. So I have a huge amount of love for D&D, and I always will do. And D&D's full of like cool creatures and monsters and shit like that, so I'm all for it. What do you think of Warhammer? Awesome massive world and art for it. Yes, I actually I've never played Warhammer Fantasy Battles much, but I've played a lot of Warhammer 40k in my days. I don't play at the moment because I haven't got the money or the space for it these days. But I have. What have I collected? I've done Tau, I've done Necrons, I've done Imperial Guard. What else have I played? Grey Knights. Quite a few, to be honest. Like, most of my pocket money as a kid, rather than going on drinking drugs, what all the cool kids were doing, it was gone on that sweet, sweet plastic crack. Well, where is this? Is this music? Oh, it's still Tekken. That's all right then. Literally sound like me. I'm glad you are gaining confidence as time goes on, dude. It's honestly, it's that sort of like jumping in and just doing it. It's something I can't recommend doing. Like, can't recommend like high enough. Becca, thank you for the Etsy shout out as well. Yes, there are plenty of prints and shenanigans like that on Etsy. There should be more that's going up there soon as well, actually. Last time I spoke publicly, I sat down, middle voice shaking. Actually, I've had those times at school. I've done like PowerPoint presentations you didn't really want to do because it's a subject you don't care about. And you go up there and you've got all your peers and that kid that was never very friendly to you sat in the audience. And you know no one wants to be there, you least of all. And it just destroys you. Sans, you have all my sympathy for that experience. I know firsthand what it's like, and it's horrible. But it can get better. If you work on it, it can get better. I promise you that much. Well, good. Thank you so much for jumping in the Discord. I see the thing pop up now. Yeah, if you want to be part of like the barrel community that I'm trying to foster, it's going to be all for like just trading tips for streaming, tips for drawing, tips for writing, playing D&D, all that sort of stuff. That's going to be the place to go, hopefully. Slime. Let's go and name that. So, what do we want to do with the colours of this boy then? I think the main waistcoat's going to be black. We're a fun and very loving community, I promise. 99% probably going to turn into a cult at some point, but, you know, at least it's a sense of belonging. Like, there's that. So I'm not supposed to tell him the... Shit! Sorry, it's my first time being a cult leader. I'm very nervous. I just want everyone to have a good time. I don't want the goats to suffer too much as we sacrifice them. I just want everyone to have a good time and we'll organise the collapse of society. So I never played D&D as it was not easily available for you growing up, but would love to learn more at your old age now. Dude, there's never too late to get into it. Even if it's just you and your missus, one player, one DM, like running a single player adventure, that's legitimate D&D. No one will ever tell you different. Because I only got into D&D at the beginning of 5th edition, which was probably about 6 or 7 years ago now. So I like in this grand scale of like how long D&D has been around, I haven't been playing that long. But just jump in, it's great. There's plenty of online communities to organise games. Roll20 is always good for finding a game. I think even like Reddit communities like Looking for Group do great work for hooking people up. But dude, honestly, it's of every hobby I've ever had, I've had a few. D&D is the one that I can recommend the heartiest. D&D sounds fun as soon as I watch it on stream. Yeah, you'll like D&D actually surprised me. It's a much better spectator sport than I ever thought it was gonna be. But then Critical Role and things like that really just blew it out of the water. And like, holy shit, it's great to watch that stuff. It sounds like Jenny's volunteering to be DM, if I'm reading this all correct. But yeah, D&D has been absolutely fantastic, and it's stronger now than it ever has been before in terms of like finding people. Because it's not something I played as a kid either. Because I never knew anyone that played it. So I kind of knew it was a thing, but I knew it as a thing of like, oh, something people played in the 80s. And I obviously don't exist in the 80s, so it's not something I get to do. I never knew it's still ongoing. But it was always there, and then after uni, sort of got involved with my local comic book shop, and they started running public games. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I was like, I remember when I found out I was hooked on D&D, because I was playing this big burly barbarian who was Holton Fletcher. He was a circus strongman, and we had a couple of cultists that were ransacking a town, and we didn't know much about what they were doing, why they were there, or anything like that. And we managed to knock a couple of the cultists out, and we tied 2 of them to a tree, and we're like, alright, we'll wake them up, we'll ask some questions, we'll get some answers. And I said, like, and they gave, like, classic sort of, like, we're not going to give you anything, you can just kill us if you want. It's like, we're not going to do that. What we'll do, and I said to my DM, like, so I'm a strong man. Can I twist this cultist into a pretzel? Like, can I just, like, twist him around like a strongman would twist iron bars? Can I twist this man into a pretzel? And my DM went, roll for it. I was like, oh, I was kind of half joking, but you've given me the green light. So I did it, and I rolled I think it wasn't a natural 20, it wasn't a crit or anything like that, but it was high enough that it went, yep, there's the sickening crack of limbs and bones as you twist this man into a pretzel, and you see the colour drain from the other guy still tied to a tree, and immediately he just sort of like starts vomiting details about what the plan is, who they are, why they're here, and there's a sense of accomplishment and power of just like, video games never let me do this kind of stuff, this is mental. It's like, oh, this might be the best thing in the world. So yeah, that was like my introduction to D&D. May I twist him into a pretzel, please? I was polite about it at the very least. And we love to catch DM by surprise. And as a DM, I love being caught by surprise. But that's the best thing. That's the best thing about D&D. I always tell people that if you can imagine it, you can do it if you roll high enough. Spot on. You can do anything, provided the dice support you. We'd love to play D&D someday, just don't know the people that play. Well, hold on. So many people play. All you have to do is express your interest, and people will start flocking you. I know the Noodle Clan are getting their D&D stuff together. Becca obviously plays. I know, obviously I play, Doom Goblin plays, Bio plays, Avian plays, Samanosuke plays. I don't know if Samanosuke is looking for a game or has space in his life for a game, but you can always ask. IRL, they're the best torture we aim for toes pure and plain. The thing is, as a DM, I've like, this is why I might be on a watch list, is DMs Googling. Torture isn't very reliable. It's not very good. The thing with torture is, as soon as you start going to pain, people will just tell you anything to get you to shut up, or to get you to stop, more importantly. So you're less likely to get the correct information out from a torture session than from something else. So it's a trap that a lot of players fall into, is I don't know how to reconcile this situation. I've got a guy here at our mercy that we need information from, but he's still the enemy, so he's not coming up with the information we want. So how can we do that? We can get frustrated and start twisting this imaginary person around. start taking fingernails off, start hacking limbs off or fingers, whatever. Start pulling teeth. But as soon as you inflict that first little bit of pain, you've lost. That person is no longer a reliable source of information, and a savvy DM will feed you wrong information. As that NPC will squirm to get you to stop. No worries, thank you for the lurk, dude. I always appreciate people keeping me up in the background. One of my favourites was a pacifist bard running into a big bad evil guy of the campaign, and her basically going, "Have you tried not being a bad guy?" I respect the audacity, just like, can you fucking not? And the 32 is a sizable roll. I think, honestly, if I was running that game, like persuading the big bad guy of the campaign to not be bad, probably not going to happen. You're not gonna convince Emperor Palpatine not to be a Sith, no matter how eloquent you are. But I would say that you might be able to bank a distraction on his part. So when the fight does happen and you start fighting the big bad guy, you can then like raise your hand and go, "Oh, I'm gonna pull on that thread that I started earlier." And I go, "Okay, cool. So you mentioned that whole like, do you want to not be a bad guy?" That thread again, and you're gonna give them pause, and either you give someone around you advantage on their next attack, or you impose disadvantage on his next attack as you splinter his concentration for a quick second. So something like that. It's not gonna like defeat the campaign, because if the big bad evil guy has gotten to the point where they're a big bad evil guy, chances are they're too far gone to be talked around. Minor bad guys, lieutenants, things like that, absolutely. They're all up for being bought or bartered with or convinced otherwise. The big bad guy, chances are, they're probably dedicated to their cause to death. But I think you could bring that up again and say like, hey, I'm going to say, hey, your wife that you're trying to bring back would never like you using these methods. And he'll have that sort of movie moment where he goes like, maybe I'm not all about bringing my wife back. And then you go, aha, stab. Yeah, not convinced we'll put him in an existential crisis. Spot on, Sans. I used to play at school and I've loved the whole community since then. I've wanted to game for a while but haven't found the right group to join. I've now joined the Discord. Thank you so much, Someonescape. It might be. I think most of the people in the Discord play D&D in some way, shape or form. So organising a session throughout there would probably be pretty easy, not gonna lie. Torture's so much fun. I mean, you're talking to the guy who twisted a cultist into a pretzel. You're not wrong. it has like an immediate gratification quality to it. Hold on. Does Overkiller stream? Yes, they do. Overkiller is a streamer, along with Jenny Beans. They are... I can't remember if they said if they're husband and wife, but they're at least a partnership. A romantic partnership that's streamed together. So I know someone I do when you Twitch pals, probably follow now. Yes, King Ludon is another streamer and has been giving me a huge amount of help with the Discord. I'm a big so all about our life. Yeah, the networking is something I was to go back onto like our conversation of what streaming ended up being. Way more social than I thought it was going to be. I thought streaming was going to be me screaming to a void and people maybe sometimes buying my artwork. But no, it's honestly been a wild ride of just socializing and meeting rad people. It's completely not what I expected in the slightest, and I've loved every second of it. I need to finish this bit of his jacket off. understand. I want to play it, but I've never played it. I'm rather prone to violence when I get the chances. So, to be fair, there is a big sort of disconnect in the D&D community of like what D&D should be. And things like Critical Role, High Rollers, a lot of these big overarching like year-long campaigns stuff is painting a very specific picture of what D&D can be. And if you want like a hyper-violent D&D campaign, they're out there. They're perfectly legitimate. You can run that game. The only caveat is everyone at the table has to be understanding of what kind of game they're playing. Like, if someone is bringing a character to the table going like, I want Game of Thrones, I want lots of violence, lots of like backstabbing, a lot of sex and gratuity and things like that, and then someone's bringing a character going, well, I want Star Wars, I want a big space opera where there's no blood, there's fighting and violence, sure, but it's all very Hollywood movie. Those people are going to butt heads and not get along. But as long as you have that discussion beforehand, like saying, like, this is the tone of the game that I want to run, or this is the tone of the game that will be happening at this table. Everyone has a lot of fun. So having a violent streak to your characters, A-OK in my books. Thank you, Overkiller. Hopefully I'm looking to get the actual colours blocked out. I don't know if I'll finish them today, but I'm going to try and get close enough. Oh, there's 2 Jenny Beans. Well, they have to fight. Them's the rules. If I ever come across another explosive barrel, like, we're going to duke it out in a car park. No worries, have fun with the games. And thank you for the order as well. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Bloodsport for the glory of the name. Absolutely. But yeah, D&D is there to be a malleable thing. Because the thing with D&D is just it's one game in a genre of a hobby. There are other like games like D&D that do different things. For example, there's the Warhammer Fantasy RPG, which goes a lot more into like fantasy survival. So like, it has a lot more rules for like losing a hand, losing an eye, bleeding out, all these like nasty bits and pieces. Whereas D&D is very much more Hollywood movie, in that you're basically fine until you're dead. Like, so there's all sorts of different games and tones that you can get out of your games within one system, but also you can jump to different systems that do different things. I think, Becca, you might have to start hosting some games for the barrel community. Everyone's hungry for D&D. Yeah, like, what are we listening to now? Is this still Tekken? Yeah, it's still Tekken. That's right then. I don't want it to veer off into music that I can't, that I shouldn't be streaming. All those fucking frogs, man. I always appreciate a little bit of emoji spam. It's what they're there for. As long like, if you're ever like proud of an emote or something like that you've got for your channel, I would always welcome the chance to have it spammed on screen here. Like, shout about it. The frogs are legion, to be fair. They're out in force. Yeah, so I was playing a D&D campaign. I was DMing it. It was about 3 years in the making, or 3 years old, I should say. What is this? Is all these endings? Let's get back to some proper fight music. Yeah, that sounds good. This keeps the energy up. This keeps the pen moving fast. I would heartily recommend some udon noodles. Udon noodles are the best. Like, I know King Udon himself will be biased, but I genuinely think udon noodles are the best noodles. These big, fat, chunky ramen noodles are the greatest, man. It's the blessing and curse of your name, making people hungry. It's a great power you wield, man. Same. We have quite a lot of like Chinese and Japanese food at home, just because the whole like flavor profile of those dishes tend to be fucking brilliant. But at home we often have it all with rice. Noodles are always a lot more difficult, more of an effort to eat. You've got to think about how you're picking up noodles, whereas a ball of rice you just jam onto your fork and yeet it into your face. And that's what we do in our home, is we yeet food approximately at our face. And if it goes in the hole, then groovy. If it doesn't, then it's for the dog. But I think maybe this weekend, Friday night's usually like our takeout night. I might petition for like a noodle night. I'm gonna petition the guys for a noodle night. So every Friday night, me and a few friends of mine have a Friday movie night, and in the past we've done quite a lot of like themes for the night, and it'll be things like we'll call it like Dipmas. All the foods that we have that night will have to be designed to be dipped. So it'll be things like tortilla chips, chicken nuggets. It'll be dumplings, like things like that. So and we called like dipmas or dunkmas or things like that. One thing that we did was orbmus. I have to get the enunciation right on that. Orbmus. So all food must come in a spherical form. So meatballs. You can have eggs. You can have like grapes, Maltesers. Anything that came in a generally sort of round shape. That was the theme of the evening. So maybe this Friday should be noodleness. And we will only have noodles. Noodle night should be a thing. Do it on my channel, we all podcast that thing where we just sit, eat noodles and chit chat. Dude, I'd be so down for a noodle stream like that. Hey, let's go, meatballs. Sans, you're Swedish, right? If I remember right. Are you from the great meatball land of Sweden? Yeah. Yeah, Swedish meatballs, they're legit. They're fantastic. Like, if it wasn't for bolognese sauce around meatballs for Italian food, I think Swedish meatballs might be like my top meatball. Yeah, IKEA meatballs. Fucking fantastic. Love them. But they got the best balls, what can you say? God, just magnificent Swedish balls. But what was it? I think I saw shops like Lidl do Swedish meatballs as well. They call them frikadellen. I think they're basically the same thing. I might be wrong. Sans, correct me if I'm wrong. But frikadellen is basically Swedish meatballs. Because they tasted similar, certainly. And having those meatballs at home, oh, that's a decadent experience. Because, like, we go to IKEA for the furniture, but we stay at IKEA for the meatballs. I don't know what IKEA's reputation for food is outside of the UK, but inside of the UK, frikadelle, like sweet IKEA meatballs, are like almost like the national dish at this point for England. So then, I don't mind you asking at all, my dude. So I live in Gloucestershire, so probably like northern, like middle England. But I am born to Yorkshire parents, and lived up until I was like 12 in Manchester. So I have some like Northern English like twings and twangs to my accent, but by and large it's mostly Midlands, because that's where I spend the longest time now. Although my accent is, I don't know how it comes across. So if I'm ever talking to my parents, my accent will flare up into being more and more northern and more Yorkshire. So the further north I go, the more I'll start going like, aye, so like, go up to the road, to the corner shop, and we'll have ourselves like a couple of drinks, and we'll be right good. So depending on who I'm talking to, my accent can shift quite a lot. To the point where I once had a co-worker of mine, ask me where I was from, and I was like, I guess Manchester. Like that's the earliest point. That's where I happened, is Manchester. And she was like, no. Where are you like from? Like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, because like English is English your second language? I was like, fucking hold up. I might not be the most eloquent of people, but English is my first and only language. Don't tell me that it's so fucking broken that it doesn't count as a first language when I don't speak anything else. I was devastated. So yeah, I'm used to people not knowing like whereabouts like my accent places me in the UK. My accent is Yorkshire, Midlands, could be confused with a hint of Welsh. Yeah, it's sort of like an all over the place thing. And here people think I'm British sometimes when I speak English. So there is a very good reason for that, Sans. If I was a betting man, I'd say you learn English either from someone who is English, or you learn it from English media. Or maybe it's just a happy coincidence there. Swedish, or like English in a Swedish accent, kind of just comes out English. Because I've seen some people, like, I've noticed with like some like Japanese people and specifically people from like more Asian countries, they'll learn English, but they'll learn it from an American. Or they'll learn it from like American media, or like the teaching materials are American. So they'll learn English in an American accent. So it's really strange to have someone speaking English as a second language carry the accent of whoever taught them English. It's like a really fascinating little phenomenon. I'm from Aberdeen, Scotland, and similarly though, I try to pronounce everything very clearly. All it takes is me to meet all friends, my accent comes right back. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. And like I would say you came across as very like eloquent, and everything was properly enunciated when I was on your stream a few days ago. However, my full name is Adam Grant. The Grant is Scottish. My grandparents are Scottish, and they were from was it Aberdeen and it's a town or like called I something or other. Fuck, it's gonna really annoy me now. Inverness. My grandma in particular was from Inverness, so they had thick accents. So like your Scottish is more than legible. There's no worries there. You may or may not have watched a BBC Buckton. Yep, that's probably where you picked up the accent from then. Sans. It's probably from the BBC. Must be surprised by what you think they're American. You're speaking like a... Apparently our second names come from jobs we did as peasants. Eons ago, yes. A lot of them did. I think it was a more common Anglo-Saxon one. I don't know where Grant comes from. In particular, but I know my full name is Adam James Grant. I am of the Grant clan, and basically our role within sort of tribal Scotland was we were pretty common. Like, it wasn't rare to see a Grant, but we were known as a bunch of aggy little cunts. Like, we were gunning for a fight pretty often. For better, for worse. That was our lot. I was told by Jim that I actually, when I lose in Bloodborne, I become more Scottish, also French skin. Yes, that's also very true. My partner is from the Forest of Dean and sort of Gloucester, Cheltenham area, and will let me know when I slur into proper, like, Yorkshire twangs. And it happens on... when I say only. So rather than saying only, I'll say only. So it's only a couple of quid. I'll slur into northern. There's a couple of phrases that really keep it, and if I'm really getting impassionate about something, like I'm losing like a video game, like you're saying in Bloodborne, I'll do the same. For some reason, when I get heated, I get Scottish. Yeah, that's basically it. So it was Eves from Eves, which means my family used to work on roofs. All names are out in jobs. At one time, humans only had first names. It's only civilized society that once people started owning property, prompted the invention of surnames. So yours will be rooted in a job too, perhaps a grant. No, it wouldn't be a grant education. It'll be far older than that. You're getting into like sort of like Scottish clans and things like that at this point. And specifically why a clan had a name other than like the Raven clan or like something like that it'll be lost to time. Although if you want to Google it and tell me, then by all means. Yeah, it could have been named after someone called Grant. Like, you had Grant and his clan. It was Grant's clan. Or the Grant clan, if you're nasty. I think that's a perfectly valid hypothesis. Yeah, usually the answer's pretty simple. So, fun fact, you changed your name at a very early age. Interesting. So, first name or surname? Birth name is Jack Hawes. Oh, both. That's fair. Now it's spelled Jack Eves. Ah, fair enough. So there's a... I know it's becoming more and more common for people to do that. Oh, Eves is your mother's maiden name. I see. I think I know... I imagine the general sort of story behind why then. I know a couple of people that would consider doing the same thing. And whether changed it because she didn't want to be my sister to be taunted at school. Oh, fair enough. So my parents, when they were thinking of naming me, they eventually did name me, which I was very thankful for. One of the contenders that my dad wanted to put forward was Hamish. Now I like Hamish as a name, but I'm glad they didn't go with Hamish, because Hamish is an intensely Scottish name. It is a very Scottish name, and my dad is very, very proud of being Scottish. Very proud of his heritage. I think living in England makes him want to be prouder and prouder. So, but I think being called Hamish and then not having a Scottish accent would be very weird for me. I'd feel very weird about it. So I'm glad that they didn't give me a very Scottish name, because I wouldn't have the accent to support it. My last name is McKnight. It comes from Macknight Island, from the clan McNaughton, apparently. Ah. Well, the Scots and the Irish are basically kissing cousins. They share so much. I know the Grant clan sort of its motto or something like that is stand fast, and that's basically the alleged story of how stand fast came about was there was an unnamed Nordic jarl who was besieged by enemies in the middle of the night, and he uprooted a small sapling tree and beat all of the attackers away with said tree, all the while screaming "Stand fast," and that kind of became the motto ever since. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how true that actually is, but apparently that is why our clan sort of motto is "Stand fast." Oh, I don't think I should say my last name. I'm curious. I'm you don't have to identify your name online. I would never demand that of anyone. But if it's good for a laugh and you're comfortable sharing it, then by all means. I know my middle name is James, and it was tradition for the firstborns. Let's see if I can say it. It's Van Ruyen. How's Van Ruyen? Is that good? Is that close? If you're gonna have to give us some phonetics if I get it wrong. Is it completely off? Was it Van Royen? I mean, I feel pretty confident in the yen. I'd imagine it's Dutch. South Africa has a lot of Dutch in it. Afrikaans is equal parts African, English, and Dutch, if I remember right. This guy is Van Slimy Boy. Sans, I'm going to adopt that as his actual name. His name is now Van Slimy Boy. He never had much of a name growing up as a street urchin, and people called him Slimy Boy, so he thought he'd own it, and now he wears it as a badge of honor. He wears his weirdness on his sleeves. If you get a chance to come to stream, then I'll say it for you. Oh, I'll definitely have to say it. I'll come along one day next time I see you live, and I'll demand to hear your surname. Captain Van Slimy Boy. Maybe one day, once he gets a big ol' hat. So many Dutch South African friends growing up. I've had a weird thing in every job that I've ever had. There's always been one South African person working at each job, and it's it's such a weird thing that is like there's always one. Like it's I don't know if it's like some weird tokenism in the UK where there is one South African in every place of work, but it's something I've noted across like maybe a dozen, maybe half a dozen jobs. There has been specifically one, only one, never more, never less. There's always been one South African person. I know an unusual amount of Dutch people. I think it isn't. Have you been over that way? 12. I mean, it's a specific. It's a specific number. Never spent more than at most a week in the Netherlands. Oh, fair enough. Yes, it's true. Completely agree. It's just the comments more about the specificity of the one person. Never more, never less. It always just tickled me a little bit. So now we've got all the striking colours out the way. We're gonna do all the boring colours. You worked in London in the V&A Museum. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Udon, I'm pretty much the same. There's very few questions that I'll not answer on stream. I mean, I probably draw the line at giving like my actual home address out, at least publicly. Like that would be one that I'd probably call like maybe I'm not gonna say this, but other than that, like whatever, we'll do it. Well, I reckon the feather. What colour do you want the feather to be? We've got this mid-sash as well. I think we want to colour that something. You want it black? Do I wear pants while streaming? Today, I've always worn shorts. I've not gone full news anchor yet. But maybe one day. There's been a few times where I've been thinking like, why the fuck am I even bothering? I'm not going to stand up. I reckon actually should we make his mid-sash white? I've always found it difficult to understand anyone who doesn't also operate the same way. I think a lot of people have a lot to hide. Dude, I'll tell you, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, like, I'm like at this level of like streaming, like my address being out there, no one's gonna come to my house. I feel like there's just it's good sense to not tell people your address unless it's relevant or needed. Basically, anything else, then by all means, is open book time. One thing that's weird for me working in England was all the enforced breaks. If we don't go on our scheduled tea lunch breaks, and managers have a fit. Yes, that's a lot of times because bosses will be liable for various like overworking things if they don't enforce it. So it's a fucking nightmare. And also, you never want an employee to not take their lunches and then come back at you and say, like, you're overworking me. I never take my lunches, because they need to prove that they didn't like force you to not take your lunch or something like that. In SA you have breaks when like no one cares if you don't take them on time. It depends on the job. Like the job I have at the moment, no one really cares when you go on break. They care if you're taking them or not. They want you to have them, but they ultimately don't really give much of a shit about when in the day you really take them, within reason. Like, don't get up in the middle of a meeting and go, I'm going on my lunch, and then fuck off for an hour. I can give my full name if anyone wants to know. I don't even slice of shit about that. Mostly because it's a normal as fuck name. Jesper Carlson. That's a good name. I like it. Yeah, you can all share your names in here. There's no harm to your names. Dog's name is Jasper. Wow. Immediately gonna do him like that, huh? Let's do some gold. Plus, a lot of people. Yeah, there's quite a few Jasper Carlsons then. Getting the right one will be a bit of a lottery ticket. I think that's fair. My name Adam Grant is pretty common as well. At one time, I did gather every Adam Grant I could find on Facebook into one group chat, and just said, "This is like, I want to say, guys, nice name, I like it." And fucking like, almost all of them just immediately left, and one guy went, "Nice." So I'm pretty confident when I say, of all the Adam Grants of the world, I'm the most fun, because I have the chat logs to prove it. Jenny, no worries. Have a good night, my dude. Yes. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for hanging out. I always appreciate it. I'll catch you and your mister online soon, I'm sure. I'm the only person that comes when you search Jackie's. If so, everyone wants me on Facebook. You have to add. I'll be proud of that. Yeah, that's good. My partner's name is equally unique. Same for have a nice evening. No worries, dude. Thank you so much for the raid. It was an absolute blast having you guys here. I'll be keeping an eye out for sure. So my partner is I won't give my partner's name out on stream because it's not mine to give. But they have an equally sort of unique name. The only person that they can really find with a similar name is like the lengthened form of their name, which isn't actually their name. So, for example, to use someone else as an example, I have a younger sister, and her name is Beth, not Bethany. So I can only find someone who has the lengthened Bethany sort of name, not Beth. Which is brilliant. So there's a level of uniqueness that I'll never get to experience. Right, let's get all this in. Time's it. Half an hour, that's okay. You can stick around a little while longer. Hey there, buddy, how's it going, my dude? Decided to leave at the same time, it's definitely back though. No worries, dude. Thank you for hanging out. So, okay, as a raider, you've gone above and beyond. Same with Overkiller and Jenny, you've all gone above and beyond what usually you see from a raid. It's just been no worries. Thank you for the follows, everyone, and thank you for... Yeah, absolutely, I'll give you a quick zoom out. Here's how the slime boy is going. No, thank you for all for sticking over, hanging out. I think most of them stream. I know Summer No Skate does a lot of Bloodborne. Overkiller streams with Jenny. I don't know what content they usually put out, but I will get to know that content for sure. It's just me, I'm not sure if they stream or not. They came up with the raid. If anyone's not following King Udon or Ada or Random Cat, hey! They're all streamers as well. What a big old family we got going on here. How you guys doing? The Dwarven Hot Tub stream. I can't wait for it to happen, to be honest. You don't stream, you just make other streams better by being around them. I get it. I respect it. You enrich other people's streams. It's an important job. It's valuable. Yeah, the Dwarven Hot Tub stream will be a special illustration piece of a dwarven hot tub. Or a dwarf in a hot tub, chilling out, towel on the head, steam everywhere, be good times. Pretty good waiting for Gluttony's Big Steve stream. Oh yeah, Gluttony's got a big thing going on. When is Gluttony going live for that? Just me still here. I know, Overkill, you're truly the dedicated one of everyone. Like 20 minutes. Oh, cool. I think that sorts out our raid for the end of the stream then. Because I'll be on till about 10 o'clock, so hopefully he'll be on before I have to head off. Yeah. But no, Overkiller, in terms of like how raids usually go, that's an absolutely stellar performance. From raiding with a good number of people, like bringing a lot of enthusiasm over, and then sticking around to actually hang out and chat for a good length of time. Because like, I don't know, I think he's gone to bed by this point. No worries, Bio. Thank you for sticking around as well, man. Have a good evening. Because I know how it usually is at the end of a stream. Like, you've had a good time, you're kind of knackered. Usually, you stop streaming because you're knackered and need to get onto other stuff. So you raid to pass people on. So you saying as a host turned chatter is always like a tall order. Just a quick pop in for me too, chilling out for the rest of the night tonight. Did a good 12 hours yesterday of Subnautica. Fucking hell. 5 hours today. You're plowing through that game then. That's a lot of live time. What's for dinner tonight? Food. Hopefully noodles. Well, I know I'll be having noodles on Friday, at the very least. I'll be making it mandatory. Let's throw these while we're here. So we're looking to raid Gluttony at the end of this. I think that's where the hype's going. Should have a noodle stream Friday, me and you. Dude, I would love to, but Fridays are my movie nights. They are a sacred night for me, Friday nights. Yeah, sacred. Honestly, no, they really are. So the group of friends that we get together with, they're called Fatal. So that stands for Friday at the absolute latest. And we're like serious about it to the point where we've got like group tattoos. And if you want any proof, then there's mine. So we are branded. Actually, I can show you. It's one that I did. I designed it myself. Where did I stick that design? Where would you be? Where would you be? Where would you be? I think, is it under commissions? Maybe. No. Where have I stuck it? Misc. Are we under Misc? Surely. There it is. So that's mine. And then each of us have a different sort of tattoo, but it all spells out Fatal. No worries, Ada. Go collapse. Like, recollect yourself. Like, 12 hours yesterday, 5 hours today. That's a lot of streaming. Trying to get that grind to partner. When's partner? Next month? Wish I had friends like that. Honestly, I've gone through a few social groups, and like friends like these are hard to come by. No, why is the armor a bad skin like color? It looks like there's no armor at all there. Are you talking about the blue? Sans, are you talking about the blue and the armor? Because it'll start to stand out once I get like more of like the highlights and stuff. Oh, you're Wild Wolf Boy. Fair enough. That's alright then. I'd say like it was going to be a problem otherwise. No, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, so yeah, having a friendship group like that, like it's not. There was like we're all quite different. Like we have a lot of different tastes, a lot of different interests, stuff like that. And I think honestly, that's the key, is that we're all friends together, but we don't have to be doing everything together. Like we have our own interests and hobbies outside of the group, which keeps us all keeps us having something to talk about. And sort of like the aim of the group is always to just check each other out, make sure that we're all doing well, make sure that we're all making the best of our mental health, make sure that we're all still happy and healthy. That's the main crux of it. Yeah, I've been through dozens of friendship groups that have come and gone, fallen apart, or just been lost to people moving away, things like that. Honestly, I've never had a friend who hounded me for their need to know how I was. Perhaps I'm not with the right people. Honestly, maybe you've not with the right people, or maybe it's just those friends don't know you want to be at that point with them. It could be a number of things, dude. Yes, I think Random Cat's spot on. So how are you, Udon? There's no reason why those friends can't be on the internet. I don't want to bring up work again, because I know it was a rough one today. But hopefully your evening's turning around. My current friends I know online call me Aggro Love. Oh, in terms of like daily messages, we have a group chat that more often than not has something in it most days, just because there's like 7 of us. There's like 7 of us, so chances are every given day someone has something going on, or someone finds a good meme. But in terms of like how much we talk, sometimes a lot of us only ever talk on the Fridays that we're together. Like we're not like constantly hounding each other in our lives, because we're all still independent enough that we will go our separate ways for a week, reconvene the following week and check in like how was the week. For a lot of us that's enough. That's as much as we need to check in. So you just can't be asked to type your data to someone. Yeah, that's also very true. Yeah, I think that's entirely valid. The whole like, the condition of my day has left me in a state that typing it out is too arduous. I don't want to do it. I think it's entirely valid. Hopefully tomorrow's better for you anyway. And it'll be the weekend before long. No worries, have that bevy. Right, I getting to the point where I'm just doing like the little areas of colour that I'm not quite sure what I want to do with them, to be honest. Because I need something to break up the endless leather on his legs, but I don't know if more orange will be that solution. Maybe it will. We'll see. Because I think we've got 15 minutes, and I reckon I can get all the base colours done in that time. Although, the orange is for fine cloths. So maybe we need something like a more leathery brown. And that's where we get our sort of two tones from. I have returned. What's a bevy? A bevy is a beverage. Or a beverage. A drink. Usually it's a beer. A drink. Hard as fuck, but you got a back massager. I respect that. I think that's a good haul for the day. What layer am I doing this on? I don't want to do it on that layer. Let's have another layer here. Yeah, back massage is a pretty good get for the day. I think that pushes the day up into good territory. Random Cats is... I was going to say definitely America, using mom, not mum. I'm with you there, Udon. With the massage thing, I struggle to like it as well. Someone touching you in a very like service manner is very uncomfortable for me. I get very uncomfortable if I'm getting a haircut and me and the barber aren't talking like 100% of the time. If it ever becomes like a customer and service like giver moment, I'm like, no thanks. We must talk. We must make this casual. We're friends, right? Like a back massager is in like a machine that you like either sit on or lie on or like use yourself. Golden, because it's you doing it to you. But going to like a spa and getting a massage, I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. I think it's definitely more a male thing. I think like being touched and poked and prodded is something sort of women are very much exposed to and expected to like a lot sooner, or a lot more readily than men. I had to stop before she was finished with the face massage. Fair. That's. I mean, yeah, we need more context. Was this like at the bus station? Like, was she a dedicated masseuse? Did you wake up and she was just on your face? You like massage machines, but I'm annoyed when like barbers talk to you and don't get it over with quick. But I much prefer it. Like, I mean, I'm very lucky that I get along with my bar. I get on with my barber. I consider him a friend as well as my barber. But I've had barbers before where it's like I have nothing in common with this person. There's no chit chat, and we just sat here quietly and awkward, and it's like the worst thing in the world. She was also offering crack, so I decided massage. Of the two, yeah. But yeah, my barber cuts my hair good, and then he makes good music too. Like, what's not to love about the guy? Crack is Moorish for sure. Best bar I've ever had. This place downtown gets it done in less than 15 minutes. No talking, just getting it done very quickly. Wow, that is efficient. My haircuts usually end up taking like an hour because me and my barber are just talking shit all the time. Fucking love it. Oh, Sian, welcome, dude. Good to see you again. Thank you for popping in. How's your day been, my dude? Hope you're well. King Yordan saying, by the way, but then there's nothing since. It's leaving us in suspense. There are two people working at that place. One of them feels like he's beating the shit out of you while cutting your hair. That's never good. He's gonna punch you until the hair falls out. That's never good. Right, what else have we got left to do? We have the swords, which is like iron, and the guns as well, I feel. They're almost bluish. If you want to tell me things that you just about page, for example, the first page, you just have to type it. Link, whatever. Oh, cool. Punches the hair. Yeah. I started on my about page. I haven't finished my about page yet. I got the important things. But I have a couple of, there's one like just a list of commands. But if I go, is it music? Yes. My barber makes this music. So you want to listen to Cynthia? That's the guy that cuts me hair. Let's... We got silver ballers. I say beating the shit out of you. He really just does not care. You find it uncomfortable as long as it's fast and helps. Yeah, I figured he wasn't actually just like clean decking you across, like just decking you across the head. It was more he was a little bit rough, but he gets the job done. Hey man, like if that's what you're down for, then more power to you. I like chatting to my barber though. Right, we need to clear in these swords now. I'm actually gonna darken this so I can see what I'm painting. See, the weirdest thing when I go to the barber, because I get my barber to trim my beard as well on occasion, because I'm not hugely confident about doing it myself, so I get him to do it, and we'll be chatting away, usually about Dragon Ball Z. That's usually what our conversations go to, and then he'll go into the beard, and I don't want to talk anymore because I don't want to move my beard about with my fucking mouth flapping everywhere. So I'll... Who's Fajiman? Get out of here. Silly little bots. Haven't had one of those for a while. Ever so often. I only got my beard trimmed once in America for a wedding and never since. Oh gee. Yeah, I like getting my beard done, but yeah, it means that I cannot talk anymore because he's now cutting around my face. To be honest, Udon, I was thinking about modding you, or at least asking you if you wanted to be a mod. The amount that you've helped on the Discord, and the amount that you end up hanging around anyway, like, do you want to be a mod? I'm more than happy to make you a mod. But if you, that sounds like you're volunteering for the job. So does that work? Is you mod now? Maybe your mod. Has the command worked? You'll have to type again. Oh, actually, you're a VIP, so I don't know if you can be both, so I might have to take you off. It has worked. There you go. Huzzah! Such power. Such poise. Such panache. Right, what I'm going to do, because you're a mod in the Discord, if I remember right. So I'm going to give you a text channel for Mod Love. There you go. And that means I need to update the mod love command to include you. Where am I going? Where am I going? What am I doing? Where is everything? Where is anything these days? Let's do all this live, shall we? Commands. Mod love. There you are. Let's seize your command. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the music now. It's all the back end stuff from a Tekken game. Congratulations, King Udon, on your promotion. So I think you should be included in that now. There you are. Look at that. Right, we need more like proper music. He and Hayes Part 2. That sounds good. Yes, all hail King Udon. One of the greatest mods in the channel. I say one of. They're all great. Such power. Right, let's bash out the last of these colours. There's a rogue wing there. That's the chocobo that's fallen over at the end. It's okay. The stage wasn't quite big enough for all those chocobos. That's the headcanon. He's drunk. Yeah, he's drunk on Moogle juice. That's a... You're probably right. That's the thing. Udon, have you streamed much in the way of Final Fantasy games? Because I've seen you do like some more niche JRPGs. But considering you've got a big King Chocobo as an emote, you need no actual Final Fantasy games. Dude, you've got to get on that. Otherwise, I'm going to start streaming them, and then you can't. Right, this one's with details, so I think... I mean, if I'm fancy with the Mogi mod at some point. Absolutely, dude. Because I've been having like a hankering to get back into Final Fantasy games. Because I haven't played one in fucking years. Last one I played was Final Fantasy 15, and I didn't get along with it. It's rare that I'll not get along with a game, but I just could not get into it. They were telling me to care about these guys that didn't seem to want to be in the game themselves. So I was like, if they're not going to care, why should I care? You know? Which is a shame. Because I liked a couple of the characters, but the main kid, was it Noctis? Just didn't want to fucking be there. Like, it's like, hey, your dad's dead and your kingdom is gone. He's like, whatever. I had a lot of fun with Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not playing it at the moment, but as far as MMOs go, it's by far my favourite MMO. I know, Sans, you're in there. You're a WoW hardcore stan, and I like WoW for what it does. But Final Fantasy XIV is the MMO that's held my attention for the longest, and I actually got into raiding with other players. It's a game that got me social with the public, and it's very rare a game will do that. So it holds a very special place for me. Oh, its fan base is fucking huge. It's going really big. It's like still going very, very well. It's like every expansion that comes out, it seems to be bursting at the seams of new players. And the community is like really, really helpful, and they come together and like really like help you get into the game. There's very little like elitism, from what I remember. So as an MMO, I can't recommend it highly enough. And I got to play She-Hulk in that game, so I was a big green, what they call it, Rodogans or something like that. They're basically like the orc sort of race. They're big and strong, but the women of that race looked like She-Hulk. So I was running around just decking people with my big green fists. I was like, yes, this is the power fantasy that I want. So, the reason why I stopped playing Final Fantasy XIV was just because the people I was playing with sort of stopped. Like, all of our schedules started changing, and we could never like organize a game together anymore. But that's really it. There was still tons and tons of stuff to do. Like, all the raids have, if I remember right, the raids have like their regular version, a hardcore version, and like a legendary version. And the raids are by and large the same, but the bosses will do different things. So they mix it up in meaningful ways, even though you're technically still playing the same raid. So a boss will have different mechanics from its easier counterpart. And there's so much world to explore as well. So yeah, like I would absolutely give it a go. If MMOs are ever like the kind of thing that you're down for, give it a go. What are we doing? Let's give this a red handle, shall we? I feel like the endless grinding for gear is a difficult one, because MMOs always seem to get to a point where, like, and it's, to be fair, like, I get it, I get why it's there, but there's a point where like there's no more content. Like, the game designers have to stop at some point, unless you're making like a true roguelike or something like that. So like eventually, like, you're gonna run out of stuff to do, and it's all about the victory laps, I always call it. If you're grinding for gear, you're on the victory lap of a game. You've completed everything else. You're now just checking boxes and saying, I've completely dominated this game. So I get it. It's a difficult one, because MMOs by design want to keep you around forever. But making the content to last you genuinely forever is never always the easiest thing. Right, we want to make one more thing before we call tonight done. What? Leatherwood, I think. And then we will distort it a little bit, bring it in. Yes, same. I can enjoy a grind if it's fun, but the moment you sort of like you notice the grind, it can be like the game can then die for you there. Like once the magic's gone, it's very difficult to recapture that. So like I like those sort of Gatchamon games where it's like open crystals to gain heroes, to gain a 5-star hero and a 6-star hero, and things like that to collect all the heroes. I like those games. But the moment I see, like, oh, I'm just doing, I've seen the loop here, I see the gameplay loop, then the magic dies and I probably am going to go over to something else. It's a very weird thing to try and describe. I think the base colours at the very least are done. Which is all we want to do tonight. This is what we'll get out tonight, and I will see if Gluttony's open or not, or he's online or yet. Let's make that bigger. Celebrate our goo boy. That is more obvious magic killing grinding than outside the numbers to see the loot chances and such. Yeah, it's the thing. Like once the magic of the game is dead, like it's very difficult to recapture that. Where is he? He doesn't appear to be online. Unless I'm not following him. That'd be awkward. Let's have a look, see if we can find him in like the Noodle Clan or something like that. He should be up and about soonish, right? Where is? I hope his Twitch name is the same as his Discord name.
Fucking Clementine.
Let's see what his schedule is. Oh, he's alive at 11, not 10. Oh, he's not here for another hour. What a shame. Right, who can we send you over to? Tell you what, let's send you over to Chewy, someone who's been doing a lot of work at the Noodle Clan for his Pokemon, well, not his, but the clan's Pokemon tournament. Friend of the channel, he usually pops in every now and again to say hi. I have endless time for this man. So let's start the raid. And while with that, we'll go to just chatting. So, my dudes, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It's been an absolute blast. Absolute pleasure having everyone. Big shout out to Overkill and Samusuke and all his crew for jumping in, making it a good time. Sans, Udon, Becca, everyone that chatted, thank you so much. I'll be back on Thursday with more Okami. I don't know how much more of that game we have left to do, but hopefully not an extreme amount, because I want to keep it fresh and funky. But dudes, I will see you all later. Have a good evening. Give all of your love to Chewy. I'll see you again very, very soon.